Let me turn to Abayomi Azikiwe. He's the director of the website, the Pan-African Newswire, and he joins us from Detroit. What happens, sir, if the opposition continues to reject the results of this election?
Well, this has been a pattern on the part of the MDC since they first participated in national elections in 2000. They have never accepted the results of any election in Zimbabwe since that time period. So we have to understand that the political trajectory under which they are operating is in coalition with the Western governments, which want to maintain sanctions against Zimbabwe. The president has literally bent over backwards since November to accommodate not only the Western countries that have imposed sanctions on Zimbabwe for the last 2 decades, but also the 22 other presidential candidates that participated in the vote and the dozens of political parties that participated in the elections on July 30th.
And Nelson Chamisa is rather adamant that he has evidence of foul play in this election. Are there independent assessments on whether there was in fact foul play?
There were dozens of monitoring teams in Zimbabwe in the lead up to the elections and during the entire electoral process. From the United States, from the Commonwealth, from the African Union, from the Southern African Development Community, as well as the Commonwealth of Eastern and Southern African states. None of them have said that they had any evidence of any type of malfeasance in regard to the election process. The MDC Alliance was saying on Monday, even before any votes were counted, that they had won the election. So he has not presented any evidence, to my knowledge, that there was rigging in this election.
Abayomi, this election was really so much about the future, about hope, about really Zimbabwe beginning a new era. And can that really happen now with so much bitter divisions?
The president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, will have to work very hard to not only unify the country. He has already expressed condolences to the families of the 6 people that were killed on Wednesday when supporters of the MDCA went on a rampage, literally, in the capital of Harare. They stoned government buildings. They attacked the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission offices. They attacked the ZANU-PF headquarters. They torched vehicles. They burned tires in the streets. So this is the type of atmosphere that has been created by Chamisa and his supporters. So he's going to have to work very hard, not only internally, but also on an international level in order to have these sanctions lifted and to reignite investment inside of Zimbabwe.
So, sir, how does he begin to do that, though? I mean, certainly easier said than done when the country is so polarized.
It's going to be extremely difficult in light of what happened on August the 1st, but it can be done. There has been progress made since President Mnangagwa came to power after November 21st of last year. There's been new projects that have been initiated in Zimbabwe. There have been a host of delegations that have come into the country in efforts to examine and re-examine investment. China, which is a longtime partner of Zimbabwe, has signed off on the elections, saying they were free and fair, and has committed itself, both on a state level as well as a private interest, to continue their investment and to enhance their investments in Zimbabwe. And also the Southern African Development Community as well said that the elections were free and fair, and they're going to continue to support Zimbabwe as well.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Abayomi Azikiwe, thank you so much.